Check 1 2, check 1 2. Mic is working, but the translator is not. Let's put that up. Alright. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Alright, translator is up now. Alright. Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. My name's Ruka, and welcome back to another Mahjong with chat and some rambling. It's that time again, apparently. And I don't know, we do this every 2 weeks, and it feels like it's getting shorter and shorter each time. I mean, the interval feels shorter and shorter each time. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it also reminds me that next week is the end of February. Now, this February this year is a little special because it is a leap year. It's been 4 years since the last leap year. And each leap year, something big happens. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but yep, this year be one of them. This year be one of them. Anyway, it's also that, like I said, it's also the end of February next week. It feels like February didn't last too long. I mean, it usually doesn't anyway, because it's usually only 28 days. But even that one extra day doesn't feel like it helps much. But anyway, yeah, speaking of stuff I've been doing off stream, I was trying to raise my Mahjong rank off stream. However, I did the complete opposite. My record has been absolutely horrendous, and because of that, I have lost a lot of points in Mahjong. I went from about 200 out of 800 on Adept 2 down to 85 800 in Adept 2. So I feel like I'm going to D-rank in today's stream. I'm just kind of expecting at this point, but I'm gonna go ahead and get warmed up. So if you're new to this channel, just FYI, if you want to play, let me know. We do need at least 2 people to start with though, and I will be doing a Batsu today, so I still have the dried plums. I know we've been going through the dried plum stuff. I think this is the last of the dried plums, and I still have the pickled plums too. So once the dried plums run out, I guess it's pickled plum time. Oh well. And yeah, I feel like this week has been a little bit longer than usual. I mean, nothing too interesting happening, if I do say so myself. Was trying to wrap up basically the Power World stuff this week, and was able to do that somehow, last minute, but somehow was able to do that. So with Power World out of the way, we have now a free slot for a long, what do you call this? A long series, and I'm actually a little bit, what do you call this? I'm a little bit at a loss. There we go. I'm a little bit at a loss trying to figure out what to put in there. I could put one of my guilty pleasures, which is a Atelier game. It's gonna be an older Atelier game, so more JRPG than what the current series is. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, what if we do something else? I'm not sure. We'll see. But just one of many thoughts. I could also do like a bunch of short games. But with the main thing with Power World though is, with Power World out of the way, I can probably get back into making videos like I used to. And I'm hoping to be able to do that now. I just have to get out, well, I have to not get out. I have to get back, there we go. Get back into gear and actually doing that, because it's a little tricky sometimes just trying to do that, just trying to get back in the groove of doing things again. is a little tough sometimes, especially if you haven't done it for a while. And looking back at my old videos, I feel like I should improve them somehow. So I'm also trying to figure out how to improve the Japanese learning videos. Honestly, I feel like the channel is yet again in that state of what the heck is going on in this channel. But as the banner says, screw it, we ball. Oof, I'm glad that didn't hit me. As the banner says, screw it, we ball. So we figured something out. If I ever do manage to get the what do you call this? Crap, I can't think of the word right. I can't think of the word right now. If I ever manage to get the vlogs, there we go, the vlogs. If I ever manage to get the vlogs done, and not the ones I've already uploaded, the actual vlogs done, I may actually just put that on the supposedly vlog channel, which has nothing right now, but I need to, I guess, streamline the channel a little bit. I know it's a mess. I know it's a bit of a mess. It has been, and I feel like it always will be until I do something about it, which doesn't... Yeah, it was just looking a lot less likely as time goes on. I don't know. Call it laziness, call it just not really having a plan, because there really was no plan. Just a minute. I can't see your name. Delicats, welcome. How's it going? Playing with chat? Yeah. So, if you haven't been in this channel before, I do need at least 2 people before we get started on that one, just so that it's just not like a 1v1 against me. So if you have know anyone else, invite them to join. And the moment I am warming up in ranked, and I am probably going to D-rank at some point, because my score isn't great. My score is not great. How you doing, by the way? I hope all's well. It is the weekend. At least for most people, it's the weekend. I still have work tomorrow. Hey Amy, welcome. Oh, by the way, so I am streaming to both Twitch and YouTube on Mahjong nights. So you can stay where you are. I don't mind it, but I'm just letting people know I am streaming to both at the moment, just so that we can get a bigger pool of people. Yeah, my main channel is on YouTube, by the way. Yeah, my main channel is on YouTube. I'm not sure if I ever want to like switch over to Twitch. Twitch is like, I don't know, it's like wild country for me, and I'm a little bit what do you call this, hesitant to do that. Though I do know Twitch is more like gaming oriented. I just like how much quieter it can be on YouTube, and so yeah. But it looks like we might have enough people for at least a game now. So let me finish up this round of Mahjong, and then we'll get to it. First time seeing Twitch to YouTube and backwards interaction. It actually used to be a lot more common, especially in the days when Twitch, what do you call this, didn't have rules for affiliate, for like, you know, back in the day, affiliate and partner on Twitch, what do you call this? You weren't allowed to dual stream on YouTube or anywhere else. But now I think they're a little bit lax on it. So I am not affiliate on Twitch. And I don't feel like I ever will be. I just don't feel the need to. But yeah, it's what do you call this? It's just a thing I do once in a while. Because sometimes it's hard to find that player base in YouTube. I'll be perfectly honest about that. while being partnered also. Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know. I feel like there's really no benefit at the moment for me to be affiliate on Twitch. Yeah, sure, you get emotes, but if you have BTTV, we have emotes anyway. And I don't feel like forcing you guys to sub on Twitch just to get emotes. So BTTV it is. As far as monetization goes, until I am monetized on YouTube, I feel like I shouldn't be not monetized on Twitch either. That's a personal thing. I know a lot of people have what do you call this? I know a lot of people have varying degrees of opinions about that, but that's just me. Ad support and removal, yeah. Do you still get all VTV is New Life? I haven't heard of VTV. I'm gonna have to look that one up. What is VTV? Is that just BTTV but better, or what is that? 7TV. 7TV, I'm sorry. Sorry, I am like a little bit tired at this moment. A little bit tired. I mean, the week's not over for me yet, so and it's like near the end of the day. Subs on Twitch, more for support and ad removal, which is honestly not a huge incentive for most people, myself included. So it's like, and do you still get ads though, if even if I'm not affiliate? Because if you do, it's like there's no difference. But if you don't, yeah, it still might not make that much of a difference, to be honest. But yeah, in this corner of Mahjong world, I just kind of like to ramble about stuff. If you guys have anything in particular you're looking forward to or want to share, we can also talk about that. I know the big thing this week was the Nintendo Direct, and I kind of made a little viewing / reaction to that in the previous stream. So for the most part, I'm not gonna repeat what I said there, except there's probably the new Gundam seems to be a little bit interesting. The Gunpla builder. I mean, working Saturdays isn't really bad. I'll be perfectly honest, it's not bad. Then again, it depends on how you feel about working on Saturdays. But Tuesday through Saturdays is not a bad schedule when you can do the important stuff on Mondays, basically. Basically. But yes, honestly, I'm just kind of like amazed right now that we are in the end of February. I know that's such an old person thing to say, but you guys feel it too, right? You guys feel it too? The days are like really speeding up, and I'm not exactly sure if that's just an old person me thing or it's a fact of life in general. Judging by vlogs, you moved to JP. I have not moved to Japan. I wish. I honestly wish. The most I can do in Japan is a 3-month visit, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that this year. There's like a lot of stuff going on, and then I'm not sure if I'll be able to. But if plans don't work out the way I'm hoping they work out, then I might be in Japan for at least a short-term visit. However, I will be taking some time off at the end of April to the beginning of May. I'll make an announcement when we get closer to those dates. But yeah, I'm gonna be gone for at least that time to take a break. I need a mental break. I need to do also more videos, because there has been too much power worlding on the channel. So now that power world is done, I can do videos again. No, the last trip was not 3 months. I wish it was 3 months. The last trip was I think almost 4 weeks. I say almost 4 weeks because it wasn't quite 4 weeks, but almost 4 weeks. But it was still a decently long trip. If I haven't talked about that trip much, I can talk about it again. Basically, I went to Kyushu. The trip focus was in Kyushu. For a good part of the trip, I was in Kagoshima, down there in Kyushu, where I nearly died. The subs are, what is that thing called? Jimaku-chan, I think. I saw some Japanese YouTube channels. I saw some Japanese YouTube channels use it, so it's like I figured I'd do this, and there have been a few Japanese people that dropped by the channel, so yeah, it's probably helpful, but I don't know if it's actually that helpful. I mean, look at this. I talk like a wall of text a lot, and I don't know if it's gonna catch it all, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I feel like my speaking cadence is rambly and fills up like a huge density of space compared to most people. I don't know. That's a me thing, I guess. Yeah, I nearly died. I say nearly died. I put that in quotation marks, mainly because if you haven't seen any pictures of Yakushima, Yakushima is amazing. It's basically the place where Princess Mononoke was based off of, and it's basically a lot of forest on this island, and you can there's like a giant cedar tree over there that's about, I think, 4,000 years old or something, or longer. I'm not exactly showing the age, and I tried to get to that in my previous trip. However, I couldn't because I didn't have enough time to do a day trip on that, and it was, holy crap, really treacherous. JP streamers do the same. It's funny to see what they talk about. But it's reasonable if you have JP viewers, I should say. Yeah. Let me see if I can find a picture really quick just to show you how treacherous it was. I'm not sure if I showed some of these I may have shown some of these pictures before, but it doesn't hurt to go back to it. But it looks like we have at least enough people, but let me just show pictures of what may have almost killed me. I say what may have almost, but didn't really. But you know, putting in perspective, it's to me it's a funny story now. But if I tell anyone this story, tell this story to anyone, it's like, wait, you almost died? And the answer is yes, I almost died. Let's see, where is the one treacherous bridge? There's a lot of treacherous bridges with really iffy railing, if there is any railing at all, which is the other thing. Crap, there's like, if it was the video I could show it, but I don't know. I don't remember which video. I'll just show one that looks kind of iffy. This one. So this is one of the bridges. That I crossed. Now some of those bridges don't have the railing on the side, like as you can see over here. But even if they did have the railing on the side like this one does, look how the bridge is constructed. The holes in the bridge, and thankfully this drop over here is probably like 5 feet at worst. There are some drops that are at 10 feet or more, and this, just for context, this is a old railroad track that was built in the forest because they used to mine this forest for wood, and they don't do that anymore because it's a protected forest. It's a UNESCO heritage site, but that's what this was for. And you can see The middle part there has the railroad tracks and the wood that kind of is part of the railroad tracks. I think the stuff on the side got added later. I'm not exactly sure. The bridge itself is very sturdy. There's nothing wrong with the bridge itself. It's the people. It's the people. It's me crossing the bridge and fear of heights that makes this very, very treacherous, among other things. If you look at the YouTube channel, you can see some videos that I uploaded, and you can see one of the bridges there. I still need to find time somehow to stitch the trip into an actual vlog. But yeah, I mean, imagine trying to cross one of these bridges at 5 a.m. in the morning. There's no light whatsoever except your headlamp, and you can't see what the sides or bottom of the bridge looks like. And you hear water rushing down beneath you. And when you look down, you see this tiny strip of wood that you're supposed to walk on and holes to the side. There's no way for you to know if you're gonna fall to your death or not. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. And basically that was the first part of the trip until the light came, and it's like, okay, this isn't too bad. And but it's still like, you know, me scared of heights. You see these rocks at the bottom. You could still potentially fall through the cracks, literally, and get stuck there. But I don't think if you have these things on the side, you'll fall completely. What would really suck though is, let's say you have your phone or camera and you I guess tripped or just had a lapse of concentration. It would go through the cracks and bye-bye. That was one of my other fears, though it's really it's really a small fear the grand scheme of things. However, I did eventually get to a landmark. You can't really see it. This is like a giant stump in the background. It's called Wilson Stump. If I hiked for 2 more hours past this, I would have gotten to the to the giant old cedar tree. But Wilson Stump is pretty gigantic. This person's probably about 5 feet away from it. You can go inside the stump, and I don't think I tried to at that moment. I don't really remember why, but this used to be a giant cedar tree that fell down, and that's as far as I got, which took a whopping 5 hours, I think, one way. The way back was a lot easier. But it was fun. All right, let me go ahead and get set up the room. East only, 300 seconds. So for anyone who wants to play, here you go. Here is the link. Like I said, I usually try to make sure we have at least 2 people before we get started in the room here. Otherwise, it's just gonna be you and me and maybe 2 AI, which isn't really that great. I feel like we need more people than that. Ideally, the entire room is filled with chat, but you know, we take what we can get. But AI is but we have to add AI if we want to fill a slot. But to me, Mahjong time. So whenever I do Mahjong on the channel, it's less about the Mahjong and more about just chilling, just talking. Just chilling and talking. Now, if I actually were to be serious Mahjong player, then maybe I would actually pay attention to my discards and the discard piles more. Medium diff. No. Not the medium diff AI. Medium diff AI. The last time I added that thing was scary. The thing won basically every hand, and that was no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not doing that again. So we'll skip that for today. Yeah, I mean, AI being being the boss to beat for all of us on the mahjong table is what do you call this? Is a thing that we could possibly do, but at the same time, I don't know if any of us knows how the AI is built. At least with people, you can pick up habits and stuff like that. But if you, for the AI, if anyone knows how the AI behaves, then I guess we can potentially try to gang up on the AI and try to see if we can beat it. 3v1, but that's also kind of hard. That's also kind of hard. But yeah, though there was one time when it was still easy AI, and easy AI somehow was able to beat everyone on the table, and we were very confused what's going on because we didn't change the settings whatsoever. Yeah, the thing is, well, it's AI, but AI is unpredictable unless you actually know how it works. I don't know how it works, and I've been playing with this thing in chat. What do you call this? Whenever we couldn't fill the room. Yeah, Mahjong isn't really about winning, unless you're doing like rank and stuff like that. But it's just chill times, basically. Chill times. But yeah, has anyone seen the? Well, I didn't. I said I wouldn't talk too much about it, but I can't think of anything else to talk about right now. So has anyone seen the Nintendo Direct? I guess if you were interested in that. I'm personally not a huge Nintendo fan. I do have a Switch, and I have some games on the Switch, but most of my games are on Steam. But I also know some friends who watch the Nintendo Direct, so it's like, okay, let's take a look at it, see what's good. And the thing about the Nintendo Direct is it's not just Switch games. Yes, they are primarily Switch games. However, there are some games that are shown in the Nintendo Direct that have like a Steam version also. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. And it's kind of nice that you can actually do that. That some games do have a Switch, a Steam version. So, like the Gundam one. Ow, really? Amy, please. Okay, it's just a little bite. It's just a little bite. But yeah, some games have a Steam version, and those are the ones I'm more interested in. Reviewers? What kinds of reviewers do you watch? Asmongold? Ah. I don't know too much about Asmongold. I do know some people that I hang around in Discord with. I don't know. Asmongold seems to be a little bit not like their type of person. I think it comes off like the wrong way to them, and I don't know if that's a streamer personality or whatever. Beats me. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know, and I say that and I stream, but I stream more to just to fill in the time, basically. This is a type of stream where I just chill, do whatever. Though it is kind of nice to also see the channel grow at the same time. Like, I've been around for basically almost 3 years now. I think 3 years, roughly, almost 3 years. And while I haven't grown as much as some people, the growth I do have, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. It's like, I'm surprised I even got this far and I'm still doing this kind of thing. But it's either do this or, you know, sleep all day. Well, I say sleep all day, or sleep all day and watch anime, which is worse, actually. I don't know. could check it from your channel. Wait, which one? Which one? The channel. If you're on Twitch, I think the channel info should be in the About section. Oh, the Nintendo Direct. The Nintendo Direct was in the last stream, the Power World stream, I think. Yeah. Holy crap! I didn't think Power World was gonna be that tough when I finished it this past week. Yeah. I covered it in the first part of that that stream. Or are you asking for the link? I guess I should clarify. Are you asking for the link? Cons are tasty, but also very dangerous. Be careful of the cons. Be careful of cons. Oh, what is this? Ah, okay. Sure. Let me grab that really quick. Let's see. Right here. Yeah, it's in the very first part of the stream, so it's gonna be hard to miss. Let's see here then. But yeah, the Gundam game was pretty interesting. No, I mean, self-promote on their own channel, that is a little bit weird, doesn't it? I'm not used to the whole self-promotion thing. I guess maybe when I first started this, it was a mentality, but it's kind of like, I've kind of come off that at this point. Twitch Prime. What does Twitch Prime even do? Honestly, what does Twitch Prime even do? I'm not on Twitch a whole lot, so I really don't know. I have a few people, I guess, that I watch on Twitch, but I only just drop by briefly. Not enough to justify a Prime membership or anything like that. Amazon Prime gives you a free Twitch sub, really? Interesting. Ah, I see. I didn't realize that. I mean, I mean, look at me. Monetization is like so far above my head. I don't even know. Nice. Doing really good there. Holy crap. Let me see it. Let me see your stats here. I don't think I've actually tried to check. Adept 3. Nice. Nice. Amy, you think you're playing badly? My rank has been super bad. My rank has been super bad. I've been losing almost every single rank match I got into this past week. And I usually don't play offline on Mahjong. But when I do, apparently I haven't been doing good. And it also carries to stream. Barely scraped my way to Adept 2. At least you got back to Adept 2. I feel like I'm gonna be ranking out here the next time I get back into rank. Oh my gosh. It feels like I mean, I guess I haven't really been paying attention to my discards or anyone else's discards. But at the same time, I just kind of play this to relax, so I'm not really thinking of all the possible combinations that people could have. Planning to push next ranked event. I actually haven't done any events in Mahjong, so I just kind of use this whenever I want to play Mahjong. Unlike unlike other gacha games, this isn't even a gacha game. It's just a mahjong table that just happens to have a gacha for skins. But it's not really a gacha game in the traditional sense of gacha game. So it's a little bit funny, weird that way. And honestly, unless they have another sake event roll around, I feel like I have no incentive to do so. Like, what do you get during the events? I guess you get some mats, but what do the mats do? The mats just basically, I guess, unlock skins for your character of choice. But past that, I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything. We have to beat the AI at least. Yeah, about that. I am in 3rd place right now. The AI is... Well, the AI needs a little correction, and I am not in the position to be doing any correction. More people play during events? Okay. I do wonder though, who usually plays Mahjong Soul whenever there's not an event? Because I see a lot of Chinese names, and the Chinese names are hit or miss as far as ability goes. Like, sometimes they're really good or really lucky, and sometimes they're like really bad. There's really no in between. I play at least one match a day. I should probably do that myself. Hello, Crisis Cannibal. Welcome. Welcome. I should say probably welcome back. I think I've seen you before. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've streamed Mahjong here. Welcome, welcome. Oh, who? Oh, Sumo. Oh, Sumo. Holy crap. Excuse me. What? I mean, that was a sumo, but still, that hurt like heck. Please have mercy. Please have mercy. Sumo's the worst way to win. Well, it's I don't know. I feel like it's not the worst way to win, honestly. A win's a win, true. The thing is, if you want to like take someone down a peg, you really have to do a run. Right? It's either the AoE or the single target damage. Which one are you gonna go for? Well, you take what you can get, because that's Mahjong for you. Ron is overrated. Nah. The thing with sumo is like winning by luck. Ron is sending. It's about sending a message. You can't get some Yakuman with a Ron. Which ones are those again? I'm pretty sure you can get almost any Yakuman with a Ron. Except for, you know, what is it, Chiho? Chiho you need a Ron for. When people sumo on your tile, they rob you from Ron. Well, I mean, people rob you from wins regardless on what your what your status is. Chiho, you need a sumo. Tenho is a sumo. Okay. Yeah, I keep on. Well, the thing about Chiho and Tenho is that's like one in a million chance of it actually happening. So that's like the farthest Yaku in my mind. It's like, what do you even... It's like, if it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, that's like any other game. Which is like, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, the most disrespectful win you can ever do to anyone, it doesn't have to be a Yakuman. The most disrespectful win that you can do to anyone is if you win on the last tile of the game. Robbing a con, yeah, that's also pretty disrespectful, not gonna lie. Renho, Blessing of Man, the variation of Yakuman that is win on first discard of the game with Ron. Is not scored in Mahjong Soul. Are you serious? That doesn't sound right. It should be a thing. I mean, it's still like first of something. It should be a Yakuman. It is a thing. Wait, you said it's not scored in Mahjong Soul. Wait, so okay, so what's the difference between not scored? So if you're saying it's not scored, it means it doesn't exist in Mahjong Soul. That's how I'm understanding that. Yeah, that's how I'm understanding. I can't think of it any other way. Unless I'm just misunderstanding in general, which is possible at this late at night. I say late at night, but yeah, I guess almost 10 o'clock is late-ish. Late-ish, but it's not too late. Though my state of mind right now is not great because I have been... Oh, that's the problem with my hand. Well, my state of mind right now is not great because I'm basically coming off not really a food coma, but you know, it's that state of between food coma. Like you've eaten a lot and then you rested a bit, but you're not quite recovered because you haven't digested everything. That's where I am right now. And plus, add to that the night thing. Siberian Express is my Mahjong Soul name, yes. Ouch, please. Oh, that's painful. Meaning that if someone happens to be intent bind the first draw on each seat, discards winning tile. If that player is intent bind and does not have a Yaku, then they cannot win on that discard. Huh. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I welcome the Slayers. You know, I welcome the Slayers. It makes the game a lot more interesting. It's also funny that the translator decided to capitalize Slayers because that's an actual anime, and I didn't think it would actually know that. And now it didn't think I said Slayers, it said Layers. Whatever. Why is it capitalizing? I don't understand. But yeah, if anyone understands the nickname Siberian Express, you get a kudo point from me, because I don't think anyone's ever pointed it out. Is this the rhyme stream? Well, I tend to rhyme unintentionally, and I don't do it on purpose. It just happens. It just happens where I rhyme constantly. Well, I say constantly, but it's like this is how I speak normally. Like, you know how people talk in streams, like either really casual or gamer speak, and I'm basically speaking like as if I am not a gamer. for a lack of a better word. To try rapping. If I had the chops to rap, I would have done so by now. I do not have the chops to rap. I mean, there's two things with rapping, right? There's the rhyming and there is the rhythm. I do not have that rhythm. I can drum. I can drum a bit. No, that wasn't a really good example of drumming. Monotalk and I will teach you. I don't know if I can trust Monotalk with rapping. Just yeah. I know one pretty good DreamWorks animation called The Same Way, Rhyme Stream. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. I did hear recently. No, not here. I saw recently on Twitter of all places that you know how Disney likes to do a lot of their stories from fairy tales and whatnot. I didn't expect that DreamWorks took their material from basically books, children's books even. Like Boss Baby. Boss Baby is apparently a children's book. Shrek apparently is also a well, I don't think Shrek is a children's book in particular, but Shrek is from a book. It's actually called Shrek. Shrek is a book, yeah. I mean, I think the thing is it's based on the book, but the stuff in the book and the movie are probably quite a bit different. But the original Shrek book is apparently also a satire, maybe not parody, based on what do you call this? Fairy tales. So it's kind of the same style as Shrek the movie, but the contents probably aren't the same. Yeah, the idea is there, the vibe is different. Definitely different. But yeah, it was interesting to find out that it's still basically the same thing. Shrek in the illustrated children's books also was a lot more grungy. So in ogre terms, Shrek, as you know in the movie, is actually much more handsome than the one in the book. Which is also kind of funny because I've been watching anime again this season. I've been watching 3 anime mainly. I've been watching Dungeon Meshi, Furion, as well as what is that called? The English is called Gushing About Magical Girls. Gushing About Magical Girls, I think. Totally degenerate anime. Love it. 10/10. Would watch again. Would read again. The manga is great, by the way, if you haven't read it. It's like 100% smut, but it's 100% smut with a plot. Anyway, Dungeon Meshi in particular, and I guess also other fantasy stuff in general. Orcs are more pig-like. I don't know. I feel like orcs are range from pig face to actually pig-like, but also a giant version of a goblin, but not really. It's a little bit weird, and I'm not exactly sure which way to take it, to be honest. It's like I don't know enough fantasy lore to reference all the differences from different media and say, oh, this is what an orc is like here and there. The other orcs I know are from Warhammer, and they're basically green guys that apparently come from fungus, which I didn't know until I did a little bit of a deep dive on 40k orcs. I thought they were just, I don't know, it's like how are there so many of them? Basically they do Zerg rushes all the time. Basically that's their strat, right? Zerg rush, cobble everything from scrap, and it works somehow. 40k is huge, yeah. I'm actually, well, I mean, I'm not surprised because apparently it's been around for a really long time. I think I'm more surprised that there's a deep lore on 40k, because to me it's just this weird esoteric tabletop game. And I have no idea about anything from 40k outside of the memes. I'm like most people. I don't know anything about 40k. I don't know if I'll be ever interested in 40k. Like the most I have done on 40k in recent memory is there's a YouTube channel where the channel is basically like orcs and what do you call this? They talk about philosophy with orcs, and they talk about random philosophical figures and people important in history, and they basically break them down in orc terms like Genghis Khan or Nietzsche, or who else was there? Sun Tzu. And I guess Hippocrates or whatever. But it's kind of funny thinking about it in orc terms because they're kind of on point. You basically have the smart orc who still has their orc tendencies, but there's also the regular orc who is very orcish in their mannerisms and all that stuff. And I just think it's hilarious that they can talk philosophy like that, and it actually makes sense. It works a lot better than most philosophy explaining channels, I feel like. Even in my small hometown, there was a group that regularly played our local board game store. Nice. I know a huge thing with 40k is that you get the figurines and you paint them. That's really about the only other thing I know about them. And a lot of people really get into that. It's like it's about the same status as Gunpla if you think about it that way. At least with, I don't know which one's more expensive. I feel like Gunpla is more expensive and 40k is a lot more compact. Just, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how close I was to dead. I didn't realize my points were like at 1,000. Oh, that's awkward. That is awkward. So I'm almost dead, basically. I see. Yeah, the miniatures look fun. The thing is, it's like part of me is like I kind of want to try doing that, but at the same time, I would do so with the intent of actually using them in the game, and I know that's not going to happen anytime soon. So because of that, I kind of like told myself, hey, maybe we should just do gacha instead. And when I say gacha, I'm talking about the gacha stuff in Japan. Like, you know, you actually go to a gacha machine, put in some coins, and you get like a random item in a ball. And a lot of people seem to think gacha is just mostly anime. It's not, actually. Most of the gacha in Japan is like weird random crap. Like, honestly, weird random crap. There's like a gacha for almost everything. There's like a gacha for bread keychains. There's a gacha for vintage camera of a certain brand. There's also a gacha of animals peeing in urinals. There's also a gacha of camping gear and equipment. I have a few of the camping gear stuff. And in general, the small gacha toys are just nice to collect and decorate your place with. Really, that's what they're there for. They're to decorate and collect. And I feel like that's a lot better than the anime gacha, which is nice. Not gonna lie, the anime gacha is nice, but the really weird, unique stuff that you would associate with Japan is those things. Is that the tiny little random cute things. Original gacha is so wholesome compared to video game gacha. It really is. Watch PewDiePie had a full video about that. Really interesting. Himeji, the city I used to live near, had a gacha store near the station. And the sushi place we always went to had gacha machines in the entrance. Oh wait, the sushi store is the only sushi store I know that does gacha as part of their thing is Kura Sushi. I know that one. And I think for every 5 plates you get a spin at the gacha. And some people basically only eat there just so they can spin the gacha. Hey, sometimes you get dupes in the sometimes you get dupes in those gacha machines. I've been lucky enough to not actually get dupes in the times I've spun gacha. So yeah. And I think in my last time I did that, I got everything I would consider like an SSR, basically. Like the rare ones. Oh no, Amy, did you have to kill me? No, I'm not dead, but it's probably also the last round, so I may as well be dead. Okay, so I cannot okay, so I cannot reach ye anymore. I see. So I am down to 200 points. So either I do a Yakuman or I go out peacefully. I see where this is going. Kappa sushi? I don't think I've seen a kappa sushi before. I've only seen Kura sushi. There was another one. I forget the name of it. But kappa sushi, I haven't seen one yet. I mean, you gotta be careful with the cheap sushi places. They're cheap for a reason, because they give you like really tiny slices of whatever fish or meat that's supposed to be on the sushi. But sometimes you just want to get a taste, and the taste is really all you need. The taste is all you need. Now that you mention it, it might be a regional thing. I know Kura sushi is more national, but kappa sushi might just be in certain areas. I say that because I know Go-Go Curry, one of the better curry places in Japan, other than, you know, there's two big curry places in Japan. The main one is Koko Ichibanya, Koko Ichi, and that's the one that most people know about, where you get like a customized bowl of curry. You can specify how much rice you want, what toppings you want, how much of the toppings you want, and how much of everything. Kind of like a what do you call this? Kind of like you would do in Ichiran with a ramen customization. However, Koko Curry doesn't do that. Koko Curry is like, we have these set things of curry. They're all pretty much the same except for the size, and maybe we give you an extra piece of katsu or an extra piece of hot dog, because some of them have hot dogs apparently. And if you get the really, really big one, that's kind of like a challenge set, and some people do that just because they can. I haven't tried that yet. I think I got medium at best. But Go-Go Curry is not in as many places as Koko Curry is, but it's also really, really good. It's not super spicy like Koko Ichi can be, but it's flavorful and very, very filling. Very filling. Ridiculously filling even. But I feel like between Koko Ichi and Go-Go Curry, I prefer Go-Go Curry more. The Koko Ichi once in a while isn't bad either. That's the funny thing with Japanese fast food chains, which those are technically fast food chains. They're good. They're both good. compare that to the fast food chains in the US. I mean, there's some fast food chains that are, I guess you can say, decent. I don't know if you can consider Five Guys decent. I personally like Five Guys. Some people find it too expensive or too greasy or whatever. I personally like it. And there's people that like McDonald's, not my thing, but once in a while, I guess, like once every 10 years or something, I'll probably get some. But yeah. So Amy in chat used to teach Japanese in Japan. I think she used to teach English, and she can teach Japanese. I am learning Japanese right now. Well, I've always been learning Japanese, but I've been doing more, what do you call this? Kanji learning recently. And if you want to know about the Japanese learning stuff, it's in my channel. I made a video about the one program I use, and you can check that out and see if it's right for you. But I've been using WaniKani basically for kanji learning, vocabulary learning, and yeah. Delicates, congratulations, and I am way underneath the scoreboard. So I think I need to take my Batsu right now. I don't know if our fourth person is still in chat, but I'm gonna kick the AI out. Let me get the link here for anyone else who wants to join us. So I'm just gonna leave that up for a little bit while I do my Batsu. Noble7, I'm guessing that's whoever you are. Welcome. Winning streak. Expert. Oh no. Expert level 3. Oh no. What's my Batsu? My Batsu is the honey pickled plum as well as a sour dried plum that I still have from the last Japan trip. I have the last 2 pieces right now in my hand. So after this, there will be no more honey pickled plum and no more sour dried plum. However, I still have the seeded pickled plums, both red and green versions, which apparently are the same. They're really, really tart, not as bad as the dried versions. They're okay with rice, but really sour. So let me just take this right now. Okay. It's still really salty. There's a little bit of... You would think the honey one would have some sweetness. It really doesn't. It's just salt. It's just salt. Oh my gosh. I don't know how they do these sour dried and honey pickled plums, but it's like salty and sour. Super sour. Yeah, Amy, go in and jump in. I don't think there's anyone else. Okay, that's done. I don't have to deal with that anymore. Blech. I know there are people that like these things. It's not my personal favorite. That's why it's a Batsu. Oh my gosh. Let me see what I missed in chat. Does anyone else want space? Temporary space? Yeah. Just something the game tells me I am and doesn't mean anything. Ace player? Yep. There's room. Sorry for logging. Sorry. Okay. We'll wait for you. I guess I'll go and change my skin because I used the Ichihime skin in rank, but apparently to like deal psychic damage. But apparently I'm the one that's taking psychic damage. So maybe I need to use an actual skin and see if that improves my chances at all. I don't know. It's a little bit weird. But yeah, fast food in Japan, great. Absolutely great. Would recommend anytime. I mean, sure, the mom and pop restaurants are also good, but still recommend. Let's see. I got really good at one point, but I'm way too out of practice. Oh, you mean with Japanese? Yeah, I mean, it's not really a use it and you lose it kind of thing. It's like you don't use it and you get really rusty until you have to use it again, which I feel like it's gonna happen with my Japanese when that gets around to it. I eat McDonald's at least every other week. I think the last time I had McDonald's was when the Grimace Shake came around, and that was just to try the Grimace Shake. Otherwise, I wouldn't touch it. Just because I feel like I could do better for the same amount of price. McDonald's has gotten expensive over the years. I don't know if anyone's realized that. If I wanted fast food, it wouldn't be McDonald's. It would be either Five Guys, Whataburger, which there is none around me, sadly. Or what else is there? Fried chicken. Fried chicken is always good. It doesn't matter if it's from... No, I would still prefer Popeyes. I would still prefer Popeyes fried chicken over KFC. Though KFC gravy's not bad. Honestly, not bad. Usually people play South rooms more and more, and even ignore East. I think what I see in the higher ranks is that they do more South than East. I usually do East because it's quick, but I realize East is riskier because it's like 100% luck, right? Because everyone's going for hands really quickly. Meanwhile, in South, I feel like people are a little bit more calculating with their hands and hand composition in general. Which I wish I was. Which I wish I was. I just kind of discard, take a quick glance of everyone's discards, and call it a day. Which is not great, but it is what it is. You need the achievement? There's an achievement for it. Huh. Maybe I should do that at some point. Not because I need the achievement. I'm just literally curious what the achievement could be. And maybe it'll help me with the scoring. Do you actually get more points for rank if you do South? Because that might be an incentive. I know you lose more points in East just because of how fast it goes, but... Gotta play 3,000 South games? I think that's way too many. That's way too many. How many South games do you have to do over a lifetime to do that? I am very curious. That just sounds way too much. 3,000. Let's see, if you were to do that in a year, 3,000 divided by 365, you have to do 9 games per day. If you want to do that in 1 year, it's 9 games per day. If you want to do that in half a year, you got to do 18 games in a day. Which doesn't sound bad until you realize each game is at least 30 minutes long. And if you do 9 games in a day, that's like 4.5 hours at least. Up to 9 hours, by the way. Could be faster if someone loses really quickly. But in general, it's gonna take that long. And that's too... As much as I like Mahjong, I don't think I like it that much. I don't think I like it that much. Yeah, 5 to 8 hours is a little bit too much Mahjong for me in one day. No, you don't have to do it in a year, but if you want to get it done in a year, you would be doing it that much. Because I mean, I don't know about you and achievements. Some people like to speedrun achievements, and some people don't really care about that. But you know, it's if you're doing it, if you're doing it and you quit midway, it's like, and you never get it when you were trying to go for it. It's one of those things. Ah, darn it, kind of thing. I don't know how else to put it. No. Gosh darn it. Speaking of. Denied my win. Dora. Holy crap. Amy, I think I think we're in trouble. I think we're in trouble. I will say this though. I do like fighting. Maybe fighting is not the right word. I do like playing against strong people in Mahjong. However, if I play against strong people in Mahjong while I'm trying to rank up, and I lose ranks because of it, it's very painful. But in a friendly match like this, it doesn't matter. I just I welcome the challenge. I welcome the challenge. Though I do wish I'm able to like get 10% of my Mahjong power back just by casually playing, like not really paying attention to what everyone else is doing. I don't think I'm even at 3% right now. And I say that because been playing Mahjong for basically over, I want to say 10 years now. I've been playing from Mahjong for over 10 years now, and I used to be a lot better at this, but now it's like, you know, I'm kind of like that one guy in chess.com who has played over 10,000 games of chess but lose over 70% of their games, but they keep playing it because they enjoy it just for the game. That's kind of where I am right now. I don't know if that's an old person mentality, but that's where I am right now. Not my full power easy. Playing Vampire Survivors when it's not my turn? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, though if we're talking Vampire Survivors, HoloCure is I feel like HoloCure is a better game. Vampire Survivors is fine, but HoloCure has so much going in it. Holy crap! Can't play if I don't enjoy or I get mad. Yep. Life is too short to get mad about everything, so don't. Yeah, honestly, Amy, I think that's how we got started when getting to know each other. Is we did the chess game first, right? And I remember I beat you pretty handily when we did that. Everyone says that, but I already put 900 hours in Vampire Survivors and I'm not starting another one. I mean, Vampire Survivors is okay, but the more I look at the mechanics and the way it's made, it just seems not very interesting to me. Holo is for genre enjoyers. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. You can see it that way. HoloCure definitely has more mechanics to it that Vampire Survivors doesn't. And for some people who find Vampire Survivors a little bit bland, for lack of a better word, HoloCure is a better game. Also free. Think about it. It's also free. Which is crazy if you think about it. Though the game hasn't gotten any updates recently, which is probably okay. I have both, by the way. I have both Vampire Survivors and HoloCure. I just enjoy the other one better. No, they can sell it, actually. They can sell HoloCure, but the devs opted not to. So there's actually a thing now with HoloLive where they will allow devs to make money. No, they can monetize it. HoloLive says they can monetize it, but the devs said no. Yeah, they can. There's some HoloLive games that are now being sold. I don't know which one specifically. I just know they can do it. But yes, they can sell it. It's just the devs specifically said they won't do it, even though they are allowed to now, because they want to keep it as a hobby and not a what do you call this? Not be pressured to make something more out of it. Is what I heard. And besides, the head dev for HoloCure has a lot of stuff already going on for them. They're an animator, first of all. They're not a game dev. They're an animator. And they were doing animation for an anime that aired a couple seasons ago. So they couldn't do that as well as dev at the same time, though they were still able to do some of it. So I think right now, if they're actively developing it, they're probably in the balancing stages and whatnot, but it's been, I think, more than 6 months now, I think, since the last update, and honestly, they need a break. They need a break. But if you're curious about that, I think you can specifically look that up. It is available. Oh my gosh, really? I had a good hand going. I had a decent hand going. Ouch. There was 2 Moncon. I was waiting for a 7-pin. I don't think anyone was gonna drop it. Oh well. Oh well. Oh my gosh, my head is empty now. I had a train of thought and then my head is empty. It's like, wait, what do I talk about now? What do I talk about now? I can't think. It's like one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, I was gonna talk about this, this, and this, and this, and then, oh, wait. Where do I go from here? I lost my train of thought. I know some people, when they do a Zatsudan, they do have a list of stuff they do want to talk about. But I'm like one of those guys that doesn't really have anything to talk about unless it's something like super interesting that happened recently. Or I guess, what do you call this? It's like unless or unless I'm, what do you call this? Ranting about something. At the beginning of the year, I had plenty of stuff to rant about. Now that most of that stuff has been settled, I'm not ranting about it as much anymore. Or at least there's no reason for me to rant about it. You know what I mean? I can only get so mad about something that you just kind of get burnt out on actually getting mad. There is no reason to stay mad about everything. It's just bad for you. It really is just bad for you. Epic Power World boss battle? Oh my gosh. What was supposed to be a 2-hour stream ended up being a 6-hour stream. And basically it's just, I mean, I think I was just barely strong enough to take on the final boss in Power World. And I kept on trying and trying and trying, adjusting a little bit as I go, but barely making it a few times. Until it got to the very end where I had no money left, no materials left for the ammo that I was spending on the boss. Like, I think I needed like at least 2,500 plus ammo just to be able to clear through the boss. But I also needed to make 2 guns as well as catch 2 dragons and stuff like that. That would barely give me the chance to beat it. And it's like, this is way too much prep. I think if I was a slightly higher level, I would have breezed through it easily, but I was like a little bit under level. So the boss I think is supposed to be taken on at level 50. I was level 46. The only reason why I was able to go through it, I was able to like beat it, was because my gun was slightly upgraded, as well as the two pals I was using were somewhat upgraded, but not fully upgraded, but they still managed to barely get through. And I was like 1 hit away from dying. If you want to see that fight, I actually clipped that entire final fight by itself. And it's on the channel. I just did it to save it for posterity because holy crap, my mind was like everywhere at that point. I didn't really have any adrenaline, but I was like going crazy, mentally going crazy. And so it's like, okay, this is like the final try after 8 or 9 tries of the same boss and having basically 0 resources left. Because that's where I was. Zero resources left. If I couldn't do it then, I don't have any resources to be able to go in, and then I would just end on an L with Power World. Yeah, sometimes you just have to save the moments for posterity. Like, you could go back in the stream and see it, but just that one specific part, I think sums it up enough. And yeah, after a while, you get too old to be mad. Honestly, there are some people who, regardless on how old they are, they still get mad, and I feel like they're just ranting at the world because they can't do anything else. And you know what? That's how they cope. It might not be the healthiest way of coping, but that's how they cope. And I don't know what else would I don't know what would make them happy, to be honest. Remembering a time you defeated that dum-dum? Wait, what dum-dum? Oh yeah, the posterity thing. Ruka, doesn't your disadvantage stands for your viewers being able to see your hand? Hey Ruby, welcome. So Mahjong Soul runs on a honor system as when it comes to playing with viewers. So for the most part, if they have any honor in them, they will not be watching the stream. They can still hear me, and I do encourage them to listen to me while still playing the game against me. However, watching the stream is that's an honor thing. Konnichiwa. Hello. Nande kono namae? ちょっと待ってください. What should I call you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What's your name? What should I call you? Hello, by the way. Konnichiwa. Domo. Yakuman practitioner. Oh my gosh, we have a Yakuman practitioner here. I'm scared now. I'm scared. We are currently playing a game right now. So after this round is over, we can get you guys in, if you would like. And by the way, we are also streaming in both Twitch and YouTube. YouTube is the main channel, just FYI. So welcome everyone that's coming in for the game. My joy comes from getting points in the honorable way. Yeah. So here's the thing. So there's this game called tenho.net. Tenho.net is one of the original Mahjong websites from way back in the day before Mahjong Soul or Richie City ever existed. And Tenho.net was used for tournaments, and people would spectate on that. How the spectating part of Tenho.net though is like several turns behind, because they knew they could be used for cheating if people spectated. I don't know how it is with Mahjong Soul with spectating. But when you're streaming, the spectating is a little bit different, right? I could intentionally put like a 2 or 3 second delay, but it will also make chat delay, which I'm not up for. And since this isn't a serious game, then I don't really need to do that. I really don't need to do that. But if this was a serious game, like in a tournament or something, I would probably have to put at least a 5 to 10 second delay. That's just kind of how it is. And I probably wouldn't be streaming. It would probably be like through the Mahjong Soul organizers or whatnot, which I kind of want to try one day. But I think to do that, I have to get to, what is it, Saint or something? Can expert players participate in the tournament, or do you have to be at least Saint to do that? Which seems really high. It seems so far away for anyone who wants to do that. I'm like a very casual Mahjong player. Once upon a time, expert was able to play. I see. Master 2. Wait, where is Master 2? Is Master above expert? Like right above expert? I don't know what the ranking system is. I just know adept, expert, and then I have no idea. Okay. Well, Master 2 is pretty hard to get anyway, so maybe one of these days, I don't know how long that's gonna take. If I ever take this thing seriously. We'll get there. Novice, Adept, Expert, Master, Saint, and Celestial. The Celestial people scare me. The Celestial people scare me. It's like, what are these people? How are they so powerful? How are they so good? Do they just play a lot? Because I mean, I feel like you have to play a lot. And it kind of gets the same thing, but they also probably have really good fundamentals, which I do not have any fundamentals at all. I mean, you gotta think about it. Mahjong is part luck and part skill, but regardless of how much skill you have, you still need to rely on some luck because it is a bit RNG-ish. Well, Poker Bros, the difference with Poker Bros and Mahjong is poker is mainly based on bluffs. How well can you bluff the other people in the room? If you have a really good poker face, a really good bluffing game, then okay, fine. You're really good at poker. Otherwise, not. Congratulations, Noble7, for the win. And I am 4th place yet again. Oh well. I think we can open up the room for new people to come in. I think we have like 1 person new that came in. So for anyone who hasn't played, here is the link. And we'll give it a few minutes before we put it in. I think this next game might be the last one though. Because I usually run the Mahjong tables on every other Friday. So so every other Friday I do Mahjong, and we do it for about 2 hours, and then I had to cut it out because I got other things I have to do, basically. Might check out of the room because I'm a little tired. Deliberately make sad faces when I have a bad hand because they think I'll try bluffing and try to get me when I actually have a bad hand. I don't know. That seems like a very high level play. Yes, please join the game. Please join the game. Do you need a link again? There's a room number here, or the link to the game is here. Whichever one you want to use. But please join. Please join. Okay. These seeded pickled plums aren't too bad. They're actually pretty good. But they're still a little sour, on the sour side. So we have room for one more. If anyone wants to join and hasn't played, please join. If you've already played, I think you can go ahead and join because I don't think we have any new people coming in. Yeah, these pickled plums, I think need some rice. Pickled plums and rice is pretty good. Oh, I probably shouldn't be eating this, but it's pickled. Okay, let me tell you why I probably shouldn't be eating these pickled plums. So I got these pickled plums from Japan. From when was that? November of last year. And apparently these are expired from earlier this month. No, I stopped using the other model because I want to move on to the next phase of the channel. So that's why we're doing this. That's why we're doing this. So this is the next phase of the channel, basically. I kind of wanted to, I don't know, go back to my roots, be a little bit more low energy. When I say low energy, I hope that doesn't mean uninteresting. Otherwise, why would you be here? But a little bit focusing on other things. Like you see the Japanese learning videos. I want to do more videos. I want to focus on culture and stuff like that. But I feel like I'm slipping back into old habits of streaming whatever I want, which might still be a thing, but I've been trying to at least pull back a little bit and do more of that stuff. Balding old Ruka? No. Nah. So, if anything, here's the concept. This is basically my final design, but it's not exactly my final form. This is not my final form. No, it's basically my final design, but you know, within this design, we could have like different outfits or stuff like that. And I do kind of eventually want to go live 2D again, but there's some stuff that's happening later in the year that I'm a little bit uncertain of, so it might not happen anytime soon. In the meantime, I am enjoying the PNG form. I'm enjoying the PNG form. It does give a different vibe to the channel. A little bit more focus on the content and rather on, I feel like me? I don't know if that makes any sense. Like I'm just here being a game character cut in portrait, and I am totally fine with that. I like this vibe. I like this vibe. I mean, it's not like I can't emote. I can still emote. It just won't be live emoting, and that's fine. That's fine. I can still make funny faces. Yeah, I can make funny faces. I guess. Yeah, kind of like that. No, that's not a funny face. It's not a funny face. It is a funny. That's not really a funny face, but yeah, it's kind of something. I can focus more on my voice this way rather than trying to figure out what my face is doing at any given moment. Which honestly is a little bit liberating, not gonna lie. I mean, I can still do hand cams whenever a hand cam does make sense to do. So that's not gonna change. But I can at least focus on my voice more this way, which I feel like I need to work on a bit. My inflection and all that stuff, but that's secondary to presentation, right? A lot of times these days with anything, presentation is key to a lot of things. Speaking of presentation, the presentation on this channel going forward, I feel like it's going to be like as minimalist as possible. I feel like a lot of streams are a little bit too busy with the stuff that's on them. So back to basics, scale down a lot. Scale down a lot, and yeah, go from there basically. I know a lot of people still have that mentality of overdo everything, make everything flashy. I'm old, we don't need to be flashy. I am old, flashiness is not my thing. And I am willing to admit that. Flash equals hurts eyes. Yeah, that's kind of why I don't use flash photography. I know, okay, I don't know if any of you guys know that many Filipinos, but Filipinos in general, I will say this with all confidence, are horrendously. Filipinos are horrendously terrible when it comes to photography. And I'm not talking about professional photography, I'm talking about casual photography. Especially in the days before smartphones. Before smartphones were a thing, almost every single Filipino family had a camera. And whenever they use said camera, they're not exactly like, you know, professional photographer or anything like that, unless some of them were. But in general, and I feel like this is just a thing, they like to use flash photography. I think people didn't really know how to use flash photography before in general, and that's probably still don't know how to use flash photography. Flash photography, in my opinion, should not be used willy-nilly. It should be avoided at all costs. Unless, I say at all costs, but there's probably like a very few situations it is acceptable, and it is not when you're taking pictures of people. Like if it's bright out there in the sun, you do not really want to use flash photography, but people do anyway. If you're in a really dark place, let's say a movie theater or a theater, and you're using flash photography, I guess a lot of people used to do that, and you know, it's not good practice as far as I'm concerned. My opinion only, but flash photography is bad. It overexposes the picture, and what eventually you get when you develop the picture is like overblown highlights. Everything looks washed out. Everything is not vibrant. Filters are everything if you're doing Instagram or Twitter, I guess. But I don't know. I am of the old school photography people kind of mentality. So I feel like in general composition is everything. The filters enhance, but a lot of people overdo it. I get it. Instagram it kind of made that a thing, and I totally hate it. I really hate it. But composition will beat out any filter. I feel like. A lot of I guess also a lot of editing, post editing is kind of necessary these days, if only to make the pictures pop out a little bit more, because sometimes when you take a picture it doesn't quite look like the same as what you saw it, or you might want to enhance some colors more than just to make it stand out. I know I've had to do that, my fair share of that recently, but composition more than anything is better. I've seen some pictures that people took with not great quality photos, but their composition was on point, and I have to respect that composition. I used to work in a 1-hour photo lab, and removing red eye was the biggest problem. How do you remove red eye in a photo lab? I actually have no idea. I know my dad used to do a lot of photo development by himself, but I don't think I knew how that would work. I know you had to like do acid baths, base baths, whatnot for film, and that was always interesting, but I'm so glad we don't have to do it these days anymore. Because that just sounds so tedious just to do it, and then you find out, oh no, this photograph actually was crap. I like being able to see my pictures before I take them, so I know what I'm looking at. But I get it, the old school stuff is also pretty interesting too. It was a digital tool to patch an area. Oh, okay, so this was digital, not the film stuff. Film is interesting though. Film is interesting. Like if we ever get into the part of the future where all of our digital tech becomes useless somehow because of, I don't know, availability or some catastrophic electromagnetic event happens, then we're gonna have to go back to analog and old school methods, which seems to be gold standard anyway. It's just digital makes everything so much more convenient, you know that? It's just much more convenient to be digital, and that's perfectly fine. Convenience is fine. It was like yesterday for me in photo labs everywhere. Cameras were real. Maybe because I'm not a big fan of it. Huh. I mean, it was developed and printed chemically, but edited digitally in between. It went too fast to digital. I mean, I guess, when did digital cameras actually take off? I think it was like early 2000s maybe. I mean, at the time in early 2000s, I think a lot of people were like trying to get all the high megapixel cameras out to market. It's like more megapixels are better, which honestly is really not the case. I think technically speaking, if you don't really need more than 2 megapixels. You really do not need more than 2 megapixels to have a good quality print photo. But people like to argue otherwise. Yes, technically, if you have more megapixels on your camera, you are able to get more resolution, and you are able to... No. Crap. You are able to get more resolution, you can crop more, but you really shouldn't be using that as a crutch compared to composition and framing and all that stuff. But I get it though. The film itself was fed through a chemical machine and dried and scanned and edited digitally, then printed chemically. We also had digital kiosks for SD cards, but the quality of raw image was lower once it reached step 2. Yeah, I do know they still have the SD cards thing. And nowadays you can upload your pictures online and get it printed online, which is nifty. Because now you don't actually have to go to... like pharmacies typically have a place where you can like upload photos and stuff. I think Walmart also has that. But it's nice that you can do it online now and you can get it sent to you. But as far as actually developing the photo, you probably have to do it yourself. If you know how to do it yourself, like with all the filters and color adjustments, exposure adjustments and whatnot. I actually have never printed my own photos before. I really should, but here's the thing. Whenever I go on a trip, and that's usually when I take most of my photos. Otherwise, if I'm not on a trip, the photos I usually take are food or sky. Sky photography is my main hobby before I ever got into all the online stuff, like online anime and streaming and social media and stuff like that. My main hobby back in the day is sky photography, and I still do it once in a while, especially if there's some good skies out, which depending on your area, you may or may not get good skies. Good skies tend to happen at sunrise, dusk, as well as after a storm. The day after a storm is usually pretty nice. And also skies in desert areas, especially if there's like really high concentrations of dust in the air. Those are also really nice during the same similar times, like dusk and dawn. It just makes a really nice color out there for some reason. But as far as actually printing photos, I've never actually printed any of my photos. Because like I said, most of the time I take pictures is during my vacations. And when I take pictures on my vacations, I end up taking pictures upwards of 1,000 photos in a week. Now, granted, I'm not going to be printing every single photo, but it's still 1,000 photos in a week. And even if 10% of those photos were keepers, it's still 100 photos a week I would have to print. Can you imagine printing 100 photos per week from a trip? That's a lot of photos. That also is pretty expensive. It is a lot. It is a lot. And if you're like me, you have a hard time. I have a hard time picking which photos to keep. So I just keep them all digitally. I think there might be like a handful of pictures that I really, really like that I would probably do not mind printing in a photo format. But if I print them in a photo format, I feel like they'd be better off as a what do you call this? They'd be better off as a poster. I feel like some of my pictures could be good as a poster. The ones that I really, really like. But that's not always the case. And most of the pictures I take are kind of random anyway. Like, I don't know. I just take a lot of random pictures, like random trees, random rocks, random scenery, something that just looks interesting on a roof that may not make sense to anyone, but I like it in particular just because that little detail stands out to me. Maybe just print them if they're going to be big posters, yeah. Like the 3x5 photographs, I feel like aren't really, I don't want to say useful, but I don't make those kinds of photo albums. I know some people do. It's not my style. It's not my style of keeping physicals of, though I do realize keeping physicals of photos you really like is a good thing. It's probably something that you might want to do. Maybe if I have like 12 pictures that I really like, I can make a calendar or something, and maybe I can sell that calendar. I don't know. So far though, I don't think I have 12 pictures I can say that confidently about. I maybe 6 at most at the moment. I know 2 in particular I really like. I have 2 pictures I really like. The one of them is an onsen, but not like your typical onsen that you would have like at a ryokan. This is like a onsen that kind of just looks like a rectangular bathtub, basically, in a temple way up north in Mutsu. So that's one of them. The other one is basically what is it called? A log cabin in the woods. So it's not really in the woods, but it's basically a log cabin in a really popular nature / hiking area. So those are basically 2 of the pictures I know I really like, and there's a lot of other pictures that I quite like, but I don't know if I like them enough to be printed, kind of thing. Do you put art up in your house? I actually do not. The main reason why I don't put art up in my house is because I know I'm gonna have to move eventually, and this is a place I do not want to stay forever. And taking those art down and packing them up to move to the next place is a pain in the butt. So I try to keep my decorations as minimalistic as possible. The most I have are limited edition boxes from the games I buy, and those are what tends to get put up around the house. So yeah, but not like any particular art pieces or accents or anything like that, but it's more like limited edition boxes from the Atelier series is one of them. The other one is boxes from snacks and food that we've tried on the channel, like the wild game meat from Japan, the bear meat, the seal meat, what was the other one? The horse meat, and the deer meat. So I have those small boxes up in the kitchen. Those are kind of nice. I also have like bottles of food that I've finished off, like ingredients and drinks and stuff like that. Those are the kinds of stuff I like to keep around. So if it's a print, you can roll it up and put it in a tube. Yeah, but I'm a little bit worried about like how it can keep its shape. I think that's how it is. I'm worried that it's not gonna keep its shape. But if it's in a tube, I guess it's meant to keep its shape. But if you leave it in the rolled form for too long, I feel like it's gonna get stuck in the rolled form. So that's also a bit of a pain in the butt. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if there's 2 things I can talk about a lot, it's gonna be Japan and I guess just photography stuff in general. You can flatten again. Yeah, how would you flatten it though? How would you flatten a poster? Because in most places there's not a place to flatten it. It's gonna be carpeted, not a wood floor or a flat floor. How would you flatten it? I kept something like this too, but I never returned them, so I stopped hoarding and started throwing away. Yeah, there was, before I started streaming, I actually was very minimalist on the stuff I kept and would not buy stuff unless I absolutely needed it. However, ever since I started streaming, oh my god, well, at least that's not a Tenho, well, at least that's not a Tenho or a Chiho. That would have been really, really bad. But anyway, but yeah, as far as stuff in general, I seem to have accumulated a lot of stuff since I started streaming. stuff I don't necessarily need, but stuff I would probably need for streaming, especially for hand cam and stuff like that. And I I don't like it. I don't like it, but the expenses just keep on piling up because I feel like there's going to be a use for it later down the road. And I've also bought a lot more games than I usually would. Games I want to stream, games I want to like just play in my free time. Before, I never even touched Steam at all. And then suddenly when I started streaming, hey, my Steam backlog went from 0 to 100, literally. And I haven't bought any games recently. No, that's a lie. I have bought. I bought one game yesterday. It is called Balatro. It is a roguelike card game. Not like Slay the Spire. It's actually like a card game. It's like a roguelike poker, basically. However, like other roguelike games, there's weird funky rules that you can put on the cards and the gaming system to where it's not poker anymore. It's poker with multipliers and other things, and it just makes it a lot crazier. Yeah, Balatro is fun. Balatro is fun. I might stream it next week if you guys are curious about it. Speaking of streaming next week, since Power World is more or less done for now until the 1.0 rolls around, I am trying to figure out what long series to stream. I have some old games that I got off eBay that I want to get around to, but I don't know if I should stream that or stream something else, or maybe work on the smaller games I have in the backlog. Still thinking about it. I may put a poll on it, or I might just go for it. There's a couple of visual novel-esque ones that I kind of want to do, but visual novels have been kind of like a hit or miss as far as people interested in them. But I still kind of want to play them, so we'll see. We'll see about that. GG Amy, congratulations. I think almost everyone who's played except for me, which is fine. I think everyone from chat, almost everyone from chat who has played has won. So GG everyone, GG. Done all the quests, nice. Did I do all my quests? I did not. Win 4 games with Ron. I don't think I've run that much today actually. But yeah, that's it for the game today, guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We can still keep talking here at the end if you guys want to. If you have anything in particular you want to talk about. But let's see. Oh, have you guys seen this thing called Will You Press It? I know I've seen some people on YouTube do it, but I haven't actually done it. I did take a peek, and I think it's like one of those random questions that just pops up and you just kind of like pick like what you would rather do or something like that. I don't know. I kind of want to check that out just a little bit. I might do another full video on that because I don't know if I want to do an actual stream on it. But I might do a video on it, but we can probably check it out a little bit if you guys are interested. May retire for the night, but thank you for hosting. Yeah, thank you for dropping by, Amy. Let's see. Let's just take a quick look at it. We're gonna move to the chatting screen really quick. There we go. I'm gonna turn off the game because that music is there. Let me see if I can find it. I'm just gonna do like a few questions because I think it might be interesting. Where is it? Ah, will you press the button? I think that's what it is. Will you press the button? And let's make sure I actually have this up correctly. Not this one. Is it this one? Will this work? There we go. That's the one I'm looking for. Sorry, it's gonna cover up chat a little bit. Or maybe we can switch to a different screen. Let's see. Up, it might be the screen. But I also have to... Yeah, it's probably this one. I usually use the screen for the kanji lessons whenever I do reviews. But let's do a few of these before we end for tonight, just because I'm kind of curious. Will you press the button? This is what people have been doing. I think this is just a site where it just gives you random questions and random choices, and you decide on whether to press the button. But it's gonna be me pressing the button, so you are gonna be. You can judge me harshly on this one. Haven't seen this one. I haven't seen anyone. I haven't seen any of the streams I've been done on it because I want to be like go into this spoiler free. And I forgot what question I saw when I first opened this up. But question number 1 for now, and you can answer this for yourself also, but I will be pressing the button for myself. If you can cure cancer, but no one knows you did it. But every cat in the world loses the ability to reproduce, and every cat lover in the world knows about what you did, only to cats and where you live. I don't think I want the hate of every cat lover on me. So we could get rid of cancer too. But do I want the scorn of every cat lover? And they know where I live at all times? Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Me personally, I would rather be hated and cure cancer because we really don't need that in our lives. You know what? Screw it. We're pressing the button. We're pressing the button. We're pressing the button. Cure cancer. Why not? Screw the cats. Screw the cats. My friend who absolutely loves their cats is gonna hate me now. So, I mean, they lose their ability to reproduce, but... Okay, here's the thing. It doesn't mean you can't have cats anymore, okay? Cats already are spayed and neutered anyway, okay? Let's think about that. So they can't reproduce anyway. Exactly! We can recreate them! We can make artificial cats and dogs. In this case, artificial cats. So I think it's a win-win situation. You have less strays on the streets. You also... I mean... You're spraying and neutering it anyway, so what's the difference? Honestly, what's the difference? Cure cancer. And I don't care if no one knows I did it. Cure cancer. There we go. You will overcome your fear of spirits, ghouls, and ghosts, but you have to work for the Ghostbusters for the rest of your life. I actually don't have a fear of them. I actually don't have a fear with ghouls, spirits, and ghosts. And if I did have to work for the Ghostbusters for the rest of my life, I think that's okay. I think that would be fun. But since I don't have a fear about this anyway, I'm not pressing the button. Do they pay well? True. But did they ever get paid in the Ghostbusters? That's the question. I feel like what they did was public service. Save the world from a giant marshmallow monster? That was public service. Though, actually, did they get paid? I actually don't know. Did they actually get paid? Did they get paid? They had a lot of money, you think? Okay, you know what? For the rest of my life. We're pressing the button. The pay's gotta be good, right? The pay's gotta be good. Sure, why not? We're pressing the button. I think it's like a 50-50 on this one. It's like, I don't think they knew, I think no one knew how much they got paid. But that makes sense now. That makes sense now. You gain the ability to travel to any fictitious world and obtain its powers, which you can bring to any other world. So I guess that means I can take magic into this world and isekai stuff into this world. But all current ties to your friends and family are severed. Forget who you were. You know, that's actually kind of tough. I don't have a whole lot of friends, but I still would like to keep my friends. But wait, can't I just use magic to bring their memories back? Isn't that a thing I can do? Make new friends? True. I guess I can always make new friends. Though you know what they say, as you get older, making new friends is harder. So I don't know about that one. But there are some friends and families that maybe I would be better off with. I don't know. That's a controversial take. I don't know. Having magic and isekai power sounds really interesting. I think yeah, let's do it. They can't remember you? True. Let's do it. Powers. Let's go. Powers. People are split on this one. Interesting. Let's do a couple more. I think we're at 3 right now, so let's do 2 more. You become the ruler of the world, but you have to lead an army to fight a massive war that commits horrible atrocities that kill billions of people and destroy the world. Destroys most of the world's infrastructure first. No. This one, I know I will not press a button. You know why? Ruling the world sucks. I don't know why anyone wants to do it. World domination? Why would you want to do that? It sucks. Do not do it. It's a more pain in the butt than it ever is worth. 2. If it destroys most of the world's infrastructure, it also would destroy Japan and all the places I like to visit. So absolutely not. There's nothing good about this. So I'm not pressing the button. I would still like to visit Japan. I would still like to visit all the places that I haven't been to yet. So no, absolutely not. There's no good answer to this. I mean, the good answer is don't press it. Yeah, too much work. Why would you want to do that? Oh, there's another. Oh, so it mixes it up. So we still got the you get to rule the world bit, but you have to pay every country's debts for them. Why would I do that? No. Let them pay their own debts. No. There's no reason. There's no reason. There's no reason for me. What do you mean no? You have to pay every country's debts for them? Why am I paying everyone else's debts? They need to take care of it themselves. Or did I misunderstand that? I don't know. I don't want to... Okay, first things first. Here's a rule the world bit. You have the world, and you have to pay. It doesn't matter. The deal breaker is always this part. You get to rule the world. That is a deal breaker. I don't care for it. I don't care for it. Mine or not, I don't care for it. Though now that you bring up the point of you have to pay every country's debt, but you own them already, I guess it kind of makes sense. Pay one time and just go on vacation? I guess I misunderstood the question, but I'm gonna stick to my answer because that's how I understood it. That's how I understood it. You get a fully functional portal gun, but you can never eat cake again. Does it... Okay, here's the thing. Does it matter what kind of cake? Is it a specific kind of cake? Because I like cheesecake. But does cheesecake count as a cake? I don't like regular cake. I never have. Maybe because it's like too much frosting and whatnot, but I never have. I don't know. Portal gun is like interesting, but if it's only in the immediate area, I don't think it's that useful, to be honest. Now, if you told me I could teleport to anywhere in the world, but I can never eat cake again, Okay, I will accept that. But portal gun is kind of like very limiting. So I'm gonna say no to that one. I'm gonna say no. A lot of people also have pressed it because they want the portal gun apparently. How about you can't eat anything in the bakery? If it's in the bakery, I would also press no because I am a baked goods fiend. I like my baked goods, so yeah. Okay, we'll do one more. We'll do one more. These are kind of fun, not gonna lie. These are kind of fun, but I'm gonna do one more because I have to sleep soon. All animals can speak like humans, but they are all very annoying or complete jerks. Why would I want this? There is no reason why I should press this button. Give me one good reason that I should press this button. Any reason whatsoever, just one. And if I agree with you, I will press the button. But I see no upside to this at all. One reason is you want to see the world burn, but there's gotta be a better way than animals. I mean, imagine your cat and dog actually speaking, and all they say is food, 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 or I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Especially cats. Cats don't love you. Cats hate you. I guess you press it if you want to troll people, but the thing is, you can hear them too. You can also hear them, so it's more annoying for you if you really don't want to hear it. But for everyone else who loves their pets but find out that their pets hate them, I guess that's kind of funny. But you have to live with that for the rest of your life, so I don't know if I want that, to be honest. Because it's annoying as heck. I'm gonna say no to this one. There's too much noise already. I'm gonna say no. A lot of people said no. I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised. Okay, I think I might want to do a video on this one. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it or when I'm gonna do it, but I might do a video on this one because a lot of these hypotheticals are interesting. I mean, it's like a mix and match of different situations, but I find it interesting. Let's see what the comments say. Bot spam? Nothing is gonna change about my cat except speaking like a human. Win-win. Bots? Hippie nonsense? Only upsides? No, there are no upsides to this. There are no upsides to this. I don't know what you people are saying. There are no upsides to this. Anyway, that's gonna end the stream for me, guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for checking out this last bit with me. I was just very curious, and now I know what to expect. I know what to expect. I will be streaming again tomorrow. It's probably gonna be YouTube only though. Tomorrow we're gonna have a guest over talking about their experiences in Japan, living in Japan, and all that stuff. So if you're interested in that, check out the YouTube channel. Subscribe over there if you haven't yet. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good rest of your day, and see you later.